everyone. This is flowing on from a video I did this morning about the awareness of stepping out of our comfort zones, essentially, so that we listen when we're called to share ourselves toward others, because we're rising in the intelligence of the heart chakra consciousness on the planet, and the importance of that, and not to doubt yourself too much in that aspect. And then it allows you to be more spiritually yourself, spontaneous. And so it's also come to my attention the importance of belief in oneself, because we're in that solar plexus rising into heart. So these two activate each other. The importance in that is like belief in ourselves, so confidence, and our willingness to follow through, and having divine trust also. Because we're divine beings, we get caught up in the human stuff, the doubt, and we don't act out these things spontaneously to feel free sometimes to express ourselves. So throat chakra, truth, you can have blockages there as well. So I wanted to highlight with the belief, thinking of the solar plexus, the yellow, into the heart, and for the clearer throat expression of one's being. Because it all sort of stems from what we do express, said and unsaid. I want to take a look at that, to do with belief, will, confidence, but essentially trust that we're divine beings and sometimes just need to act in that spontaneous moment that is even unpredictable to ourselves. And that's great practice for not controlling how we think as humans life should go or should be. So just briefly, we know so far pretty much the liberating current of landing on earth for our lifetime. We have the 7 chakras going upwards, so we grow in the foundation, the creativity, the solar plexus, getting to know our true expression, what feels true for us, feeling brave and loved enough to give and receive and share that. Expression becomes clearer. We find ways of describing that and expressing ourselves through our creativity. We can see clearer then as a part of our divine natures, and that we're connected to more. And so we do that, but because we're here as creator beings, we also got to accept in that we're divine for the manifestation support flow, which is what I was mentioning with divine trust. Because we have to admit, we get caught up in the way humans so far, all of us, generations before, and all of us here now, have created life to be. And I mean, who said things have to stay a certain way? We've all sort of given into that's the accepted flow, that's like the status quo, that's like don't rock the boat, that's like if we say it's like this, then you have to fit, and there's no movement, where we are divine spiritual beings and we need to be able to flow and work together in that way. So letting the manifestation flow of the truth, that nature, that all of what we're doing here, our bodies, our creations, is all divine flow. So we don't want to block that up in our consciousness system, coming back in supporting our action, because manifestation is taking action. Also, manifestation is things arriving in our environment and our spaces, in our conversations. We're magnetically attracting from all that we liberate of ourselves and allow ourselves free enough to express, see, feel, attract what we truly want. So in my journey, I've come across some great teachers that have helped with reminders in intentional aspects that you can speak to support this on your journey. And so if you know that you are having trouble in certain chakras, so I'm focusing on the solar plexus with we have the will to do something, but we doubt it or we block it. So anything that emphasizes the solar plexus freedom, I want to share some, they're affirmations, but they're intentional. So it's not like you're just saying a generic affirmation. And you can change it if you want. But I wanted to bring home to us the understanding of what it sounds like to be supportive of your true manifestational flow. And you'll spot if you have blockages when I read these out, because you'll be like, I don't feel so comfortable with that. And it's something for you to look at, because that's what we do as humans. We have like a fear will come up and I'm not sure about that. And like I was saying in the other video, fear is only important to us essentially when we have to get out of a situation really quick, like we're in danger or something's about to happen. Our guidance teams are going to give us various inspired sensations or movement, understanding. Something will help us in the spiritual field, our support team, to wake us up, to get us out. But when it comes to confronting something like, oh no, it's more of a comfort zone thing. So just take a look at it. So I want to mention the lady's name that I got these intentions in writing of. I resonate a lot to it, but some people are really good at putting the words together because she's focused so much on assisting people to manifest. She enjoys it. It's part of helping people with their psychic or intuitive awareness. And this is, where's she from? On the USA coast. Adrienne Ducote is her name. Adrienne Ducote. And she's like a manifestation coach. So I worked with her for a short time period to do with my intuitions, my journey, and also influencing where I might have been stuck. And these really helped. So I'll just, it's a little light. So let's take a little journey from the crown down to the root chakra with these. So when we speak to our crown in manifestation flow, I easily access my higher self perspective. I know my purpose in life is joy and that all things I want to experience are available to me. I clearly receive divine inspiration. I know that what I want to manifest next. So you're getting an idea, you've got the divine inspiration, you know what you want to manifest next as a divine being. Connect to your soul for this lifetime. Activate your divine creative power to manifest a new reality into your experience. So these are reminders for your intentions. Now we move to the third eye chakra, so down to the indigo. I visualize my intentions. So you're starting to get a picture of a divine inspiration. And this is anything to do with ideas in life, because heaven works with us, with our spirit, with our soul path. I clearly see what I can create. So you're starting to see it clearer. I love my imagination. My visions are powerful magnets attracting everything necessary for my intentions to manifest. Because it's all energy, so your visions are powerful magnets. I engage imagination. I create a clear vision of what I want to manifest next. So you're getting further and further into the physical of it now. And this is how you remind yourself and open yourself up that heaven, spirit, guides, your spirit is receiving all the time help. Stay open to it, because when we get down to the solar plexus, we don't want to fall into the human doubt, the perhaps patterns of fears, or the human environments of fears. We want to allow the flow, so we stay true to ourselves. So now we are at the throat chakra, where we do receive a lot of ideas and ahas more clearer, and it's up to us to stay true to what we receive. I communicate my intentions. So you want to start to share it with someone you can trust, speak it to yourself, write it, type it, sing it, share it in some way directly, you know. I easily find words to describe my inspired vision. All right, not to let go of this seed of intention. If it has hit you in some way that you'd like to create it, don't let go of the seed of intention, because it can easily get distorted here and we feel like we can't speak up and share what we want, or we have trouble even sharing it with ourselves, like we don't want to believe it. So you got to go through that belief journey and that trust to follow through on yourself, and you are supported. This is what our consciousness is open to. I express what I want to create. I love sharing my exciting ideas with others. So you want to share. I define and condense my vision. I organize the energy of what I want to manifest by turning my vision into specific words to more easily communicate about it to myself and others. The only thing I would add there is sometimes us humans can get too specific without staying flexible about the vision attraction, because the universe wants to bring to us what we want, but sometimes our soul and the universe knows that something is, whatever's happening on our path wants to bring us something different, but it's better for us. So I'd stay flexible in the getting specific and open to your vision, growing, adapting, some inclusion of other things if they're making their way. You know, you want to let them make their way too. You don't want to be like, well, this is the way I see it, and I will only create it this way. You can get specific because it's your dream or your vision or your inspiration, but just don't be too rigid in a human aspect that you won't allow in surprise and delight, because you are working with the universe. All right? So being general but specific when you know for sure that it hits all the high points, you're on the right track. But if you haven't completely manifested it yet, don't get dead on the specific. Allow ideas to keep flowing and come to you. And then we move to, I have this lovely coloring book that I wrote down all of these in. I'll show you one of the pictures. So that's those. Pretty cool. So Now we make it down into the heart. So our vision is getting clearer. And another lady I worked with to do with this, with Adrian and Ina Lucas, who is a channeler of the Alchemists, a divine spiritual collective, higher collective, that she channels and works with another lady as well doing that, Janet Raftis. Adrian and Ina work together with this, so they're both very good at assisting us in the dreams and visions and who we truly are and what we're actually, like Ina gets precise in what you're actually here to focus on and manifest. So, all right, in the heart, no, that's not the heart ones. Must be back here. Yes. I love my idea in the heart chakra. I feel inspired to manifest my exciting intention, whatever it is. Doesn't matter how small or big it is. It might be something just you want to manifest in you, just in, you know, the smallness of your day, or something big you're trying to manifest. All the laws are working with you the same for allowance of their assistance and the beauty of your design flowing with the universe's help. Others love my idea. Now let's read on, because not everyone loves our ideas or will show the same amount of love, and we want to get to the point of using the intentions where people are supporting our ideas. So it's not absolutely necessary that others are showing us the same amount of enthusiasm, but it's always good if you do have that good support team that is not going to get in the way of your dreams coming true, and they're willing to support you. So generally you might have one or more that others love my idea. Others feel inspired to help me create this new reality. Enliven your creation through love. Enlist the support of others who can support and assist you during your manifesting journey. Okay, so you want to love that seed of intention into life. You don't want to fall into any patterns or beliefs of others. You want to stick to it, let it flower, be supported, and come down into the root system of earth, manifesting it. So it's really important we stay sort of strong in our truth, in our vision, in the love for ourselves, and not let others' energy come in and sort of squash that seed or darken that seed, where we got to keep it in the soil longer, where we've got to have the strength to speak the truth of it, allow ourselves to be magnetic attractors of others by holding the faith of it. And then we'll get to the will, continuing with the will, which is now at the solar plexus. I'll just show you this picture as well, because it's a good solar plexus picture. I haven't finished the coloring, but you see how it's in bloom and the yellow is coming out from the love at the center. All right, so now we're going to take a bit of action. So my will is strong. I easily take new and consistent actions. I act on my intentions. Every day I move closer through action to the new reality I want to create. I define my strategy. I create a clear plan of action. I ignite my personal power to step out of my comfort zone and do what it takes to help my idea manifest. So this is your bravery coming online. All right. And then we get to the creative chakra. So we're truly moving all the way through our whole design, heaven to earth. I am sensitive to my feelings. I trust my emotional guidance, because now we're at the creative center, which is like relationships and sensitivity towards others, sensitivity towards ourselves, what we enjoy, truly enjoy and want to create. I am sensitive to my feelings. I trust my emotional guidance. So that's listening to oneself and having trust for oneself. I do what feels right. My feelings always guide me to my highest good and manifestation of my intentions. Now, this is the clarity of them. This is not old patterns of doubt or fears or hiding oneself. That's the kind of work we need to do in liberating ourselves. So if we get blocked coming down in manifestation due to fear or old stuck emotions, we need to do some grounding and healing, concentrated work of release of these to allow the manifestation to occur. So this is highlighting the active spinning of this consciousness vortex and not blockage, slowed down. You're not allowed to create uniquely yourself. You know, you should be more like something else. You know, that kind of talk will slow it down, where we need this creative center, which is of a slower speed in our design because we are on a denser planet vibrationally. So we connect with the planet in this way, but don't get slowed down by the energy on the planet too much. There are messages in that for us to learn though. But if you're getting stuck manifesting something, it means that there's some blockages there with the rising energy of what you tell yourself and the choices you make. Are they in balance and alignment with, you can create whatever you want to create. You're a divine being. Unless those creations are like limiting to someone else, they're limiting you essentially. Because we should create from our own power centers, not as though someone else's creative center should do something for us, which is what can block us as well. Others think that of us. We should do things a certain way and not be uniquely creative. So there is this is a real big emphasis at this time on the planet to let the light in more on this orange creative center for these seeds to land, plant, and us to grow. Like they're already within our being, like our coding structure of evolution for this lifetime, unfurling in like a remembering of what the path is set up for our souls in this lifetime with our sacred contracts team and the council of those that see through the highest and best available highest potential for the spirit and soul. It's just up to whether the spirit and the soul make certain choices that cater to old energy or work with the divine structure, the truth of who we are. So what did we get up to with this one? I do what feels right. My feelings always guide me to my highest good and manifestation of my intentions. So we really need to trust ourselves and what we want to create. Engage your emotions. They want to tell you something or they want to lead you. Pursue your desired new reality with passion. Increase your enjoyment along your journey of bringing your idea into form, or ideas into form, because it's non-stop. We're always having ideas to do with all different creations that we've started, that we want to start, that we're feeling drawn to. And so down to landing in the root chakra, for full manifestation of something, it sounds like this. I am open and ready to receive. Everything is now ready and aligned with my new creation. My idea manifests now. I give thanks for this new reality that I will joyfully experience myself within. I create space to receive my desired manifestations. I ground my ideas into full physical manifestation. So all the supportive nature possible that you could do for yourself, that one could do for oneself, that says, I'm ready to receive all the time. I am open to this flow of my idea being loved, spoken about, nurtured somewhat in the quiet moments, in the sharing moments. I'm free to express it. I offer my will freely to do what's needed, and it's always opening up my creativity freely. I manifest. I'm a creator, divine creator being. So that's that, everybody. I hope that helped, because I know it helped. And occasionally I will pull out this colouring in book and just have a little catch up on it. And here's my pictures for this one. So there's some notes I wrote. Let go and flow. Does it say love, light, love, light, love, light? Just some inspiration that was flowing at the time, feeling joy and feathers. Love wins. And so it does. It certainly does. It's what we are. Love, light. With a couple of minutes left, I wouldn't mind getting a new card update. And I think it's perfect timing from what we just spoke about to give us an idea where we're at and any inspiration towards anything we might be wanting to manifest. Well, I'm drawn to the animal deck, so let's do that. And sometimes I don't even need to shuffle them. I hold them because I know them so well, and I'm drawn to just open it up at a certain part, and I've just done that. And we've got the whale spirit. And you know, early hours yesterday morning, I think it was, under the night sky, I saw an awesome big whale and a smaller whale in the clouds. It was pretty cool. And whale spirit says, trust the great mystery. All right, let's have a read. Trust the great mystery, which is exactly what we were talking about. Number 65. So yeah, today this really is about trusting the great mystery, because I wanted to highlight that if we don't have that trust in something that's not created yet, the fact that we are divine beings, part of this universe, and we do get divine inspiration, to trust it. Even if it's not, this is how inventions are made, you know, something's not there, but we trust, you know. But inventions are on all different levels. Inventions are creations that are coming from us. So every single day we're getting ideas of something. So just don't let them slip by for too long or too much, due to this world hasn't created it yet. This world won't believe in me. This world won't believe in that, or anything like this, because this world wants and needs our creations. And this is the time period and the lift as you can see, in the great mystery of this life, the things that aren't serving us divine beings do not have the weight underneath them anymore to be supported. So we are like the sprout up, the rose gardens, from the fall of what is not assisting the support, like through the stem of the rose bushes, you know, divine, supportive nourishment. You know, we need that on the planet with each other as the nourishment of our earth. And that's the kind of leadership as well. One of those roses in the rose bush, or groups of those, you know, networks of those, all. One of us is, if one of us isn't surviving, then the whole bush isn't gonna flourish, you know, if we're not nurturing the system that we're all a part of. So trust the great mystery with the whale spirit. Beautiful card, hey? Beautiful thought of them swimming around, so free and so supportive of this earth is their frequency. Whale spirit is an ancient creature who was here at the beginning of time and who has seen everything, felt everything, and heard everything that has ever transpired on this planet. In the hidden realms where all things must gather first before manifesting into form, whale spirit is the keeper, singing the soul of the whole world from the deepest waters of the coldest seas. When whale spirit appears, it is a reminder that there is a great mystery that you must accept without intellectually trying to understand it. Some things cannot be known by the mind, only experienced through the heart, through intuition, and through the peripheral senses that part the invisible veils separating the visible world from the great manifesting consciousness in the hidden realms. Now is the time for you to immerse yourself in the great mystery of spirit and to trust that within the invisible, what you can't see now are the seeds of your intentions being tended to by angels. Love that reminder. Protection message. Certainty is not offered to you right now. Protection message. Certainty is not offered to you right now. You are being asked to trust the process of co-creation. Whale spirit reminds you that your primary reality is not that of the material world, but that of the realm of spirit, from which the essence of your dreams and desires take shape before arriving as a specific form. You must trust absolutely that what will come will be for the highest good. Stay in your present moment awareness and allow the hidden realms to hold your intentions safely until it is time for them to manifest in the realm of form. Let go, for you will not be left behind. Some things take longer than others to arrive. And that speaks to the varied ideas we want to manifest. And sometimes on our journeys, we have to hold true to this even indescribable thing we want to manifest. And we just have to take pathways toward what feels true for us. And as our path opens up, we get better at seeing it clearer, because it is coming more into form as well. I'm speaking from like a long-term journey of mine as well, with this shift in consciousness, that, you know, for different soul paths, your soul's going to open up at specific times after having had to go through some things. So you hold the faith and trust as you learn it along your path, that what you're truly wanting, you may not be able to describe, you may not have the support of others, and you have to continue to stay true to what you know is true and what you're guided to look into to support that journey of opening. So they can be little things, or I just wanted to clarify, they're little things, which aren't so little, because they take the whole of us to think of it, to believe in it, to activate the will, to step out, to stay true to ourselves and those seeds that we know want to sprout, and to actually create the supportive foundation. So, you know, it's not rocket science, because the information is there for us to learn, but it is of a supportive nature, not to forget it, and to remind each other, like hold space for each other, that, well, you could just be at this stage at the moment, and perhaps this is speaking to you at the moment, you know, like this open, conscious awareness of our design, how it's playing out in life. And I really love that Carolyn Mace is doing the home base spiritual direction course starting in May. Well, it's a monthly or fortnightly thing ongoing, where she's there for people to open up in their questions on the spiritual path, but also signs and symbols, because this is when you start to really open up to our spiritual design and see how it plays out. And we need more and more spiritual directors, so it's probably a great training field for this time for anyone to sit in on and ask questions and listen. And it's amazing when we come together like that, because you may not ask a question, but you got something going on in your life, and the energy works out that you're meant to be there listening. The whole guidance in the universe knows where each of our energies are, and you will receive answers. So that's another level of opening up how amazing our spirituality is on earth. Like our consciousness actually like rubbing our eyes and waking to how things work a bit more, you know? It's like letting light into what we thought was just the brain or intellect, and this is our life, but wait, there's more. And so more light comes in, more space is held, more attraction-based living is held, more connections and collaborations and light on the planet and nourishment for the new earth. God bless. I was here for this time period. Meaning, I came for this. I want this for us more than anything. God bless, God bless, God bless. Thanks everyone. Hope you got a lot out of that, as I always do. Bye for now. Chat again soon.